Jacob, Jenkins, Cowart leading off, followed by Hoover and Starling, and then the aforementioned Wilcoxon. Bovair, the right-hander, getting the start and sends a first pitch across for a strike. Strike one for the Tar Heels. And they'll take those walks. Speaking of walks, here he goes.
On the defense.
Runner going, and that's 6 out of 7 now for Honeycutt. He got a great jump. Now that Honeycutt has stolen second base, and that's outside. First two batters for North Carolina.
Those are premium statistics from a hard position like catching.
That should knock in the first run of the game. As coming around to score and make it 1-0 North Carolina. A tremendous start as Vance Honeycutt scoring on the RBI double from Frick. And it's 1-0 North Carolina.
One of the leaders of the offense for the Tar Heels is Thomas Frick. And perfect placement down the right field line. Really went with the pitch. Tried not to do too much with it and found a lot of green real estate down the right field corner.
2-2 delivery. Popped high in the air, and that'll leave both runners at second and third. And getting underneath it there was the third baseman with that RBI double standing at second base. And now with first base open, they'll walk Osuna.
Dynamic we're seeing.
Oh, and it did catch the corner. Tough one there for Vanderbrake. So North Carolina will leave 2 outs, 2-2 pitch. And he strikes out looking again for the second time. Vanderbrake didn't like the call, but North Carolina's got the lead 1-0 after 3.
Sometimes it takes the pitches some time to build up, but hitting in the 90s.
Honeycutt, and oh my, the outfielder did not even look up. This one might be over at the Dean Dome. A big time bomb, and it's 2-0 North Carolina.
Watch this. Pitch blasted, absolutely crushed over the left center field lights. Everyone in the ballpark knew it, particularly the left fielder. Mammoth shot by Honeycutt.
The left fielder looked down, didn't even bother looking up. Just one hit. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Pirates. First pitch swinging there for Makarevich. That one's pretty deep, and they'll pull one back. That's a home run. Alec Makarevich with a home run, and it's 2-1. Makarevich's second home run of the season.
When Bovair released this pitch, I thought it was going to be a quality pitch, but man, look at what Makarevich, opposite field, great power, great jolt, but really staying with it, going with the pitch. Solo home run.
Yeah, really good piece of hitting. And just like that, it's 2-1. So, 0-1 pitch. This one hit hard. This one hit pretty deep. This one's got legs, and it goes off the wall. It'll be a double for Cook. New pitcher, no problem. It's a double. Leadoff style in the fifth for North Carolina. The second double of the season for Cook. Here's Frick. He's got 2 hits already. Looking for another one. This one is way back, and this one is gone. A 2-run home run. It's Thomas Frick Day. He's 3 for 3, and North Carolina on top 4-1.
Dare we talk about a triple with Mr. Frick today? But, you know, once again, veteran leadership, knowing the strike zone, great contact. Look at this swing. Whoa, low away, lower part of the plate, goes with it perfectly. What a jolt. But perfect ball play for Carolina this afternoon.
He knew it. So earlier, Honeycutt, his first home run of the season. Now Frick joins the party, his first home run by a score of 4-1. 3 home runs in this ball game, and at the moment, nobody can get North Carolina out, particularly this new pitcher for ECU. As we now have 2 outs. And that will be a base hit. So A base hit for Reamer, 3 RBI. He's got runners at first and second here with 2 outs. This should be the 3rd out, and it is. Barini over, but not before North Carolina sends 2 more across with a 2-run home run. They lead at 4-1 over ECU. Full count. And North Carolina fans thought they had the strikeout. Starling knew that it was outside as he was headed down to first, and that's where he'll be. The point of me saying all that is, as this one could be 2-0, it'll be up the middle for a base hit. And advancing over to third base is Starling. Now runners at the corners here, and that kind of puts an exclamation point on what I was going to say is Forbes had to love the quick 1 pitch, 1 out.
There's a lot of talent and depth in the bullpen.
They'll try to dial up 2 here. There's 1, and safe at first, so the run will get across, and ECU has now cut the lead in half again. It's 4-2 in the top of the 6th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a strike 3 for Berkwich to get out of the inning. North Carolina coming to the plate in the bottom of the 6th. They lead it by 2, 4-2 over ECU.
That just shows how much of a team-oriented player he is.
Horvath hits this one pretty well. This one is way gone as well. Another home run for North Carolina, and it's North Carolina 5, ECU 2. Mac Horvath with a solo shot.
For 1 minute, we're talking about the fact that how Horvath is willing to do anything up at the plate. Next minute, he's cracking one out of the ballpark. Once again, explodes off the bat, hanger, gets it right into left center field. Beautiful swing once again by Horvath.
He had 3 hits on Friday, and that one was a no-doubter.
It'll be second base, left field.
There's a base hit. Went with the pitch and drove it into right field, so Barini is on. First walk of the season. Now he's hit by a pitch, so he is on as Berkwich. And that's going to have eyes, and Coach Godwin's going to send the runner. And it's 5-3 as you saw Honeycutt decide to hang on to it. So once again, ECU, they are never, ever, ever out of it. Ever.
No, they just fight. And look at this. The perfect placement again, but really right up the middle. You know, what we've seen over the past 2 games is that they don't try to do too much. They do exactly what is handed to them. And that's another perfect example of it.
Stranded out there in the 4th. ECU's only left 4 out there. That'll be a base hit, and Coach Godwin's going to send another one. It's going to be 5-4. With runners at second and third, so a double, and clapping running into second base is Lane Hoover, and it's now a 1-run game. North Carolina 5, ECU 4.
Look at the placement again. Pitches up and away, but right down the third base line. Just hugged the line into the base. Very dangerous position for the North Carolina defense, but perfect positioning for the East Carolina offense.
On camera, she usually draws a couple thousand as well. There's another base hit, and that is going to at least tie it. May take the lead. ECU will score 1 to tie it. They'll score another one to take the lead. And a 2-run double for ECU. Starling has made it ECU 6 and North Carolina 5.
And the sad thing about this, if you're a Tar Heels fan, even though there's plenty of time left in the game, it almost erases what Connor Bovair did in terms of performance. You're already focusing on the bullpen implosion again. Same thing here. The ECU hitters, what they're doing is they're not overthinking, they're overcomplicating it. They're just dealing with what's presented to them, and they're finding the green real estate in the outfield.
Yeah, Starling was.
The time is now that they need to start figuring it out.
Pence figured it out there. As for the 9th time in this season, Will Coxon does strike out. Nowak hitting .500 with 2 outs, .583 with runners in scoring position. Brilliant play over at third base. Solid work by Horvath to get out of the inning. Tar Heels got some wooden chop now, down 1, 6-5. First time trailing in this game, coming to bat here after the stretch. And Richie hits Stokely with the first pitch, and the Tar Heel fans now can stand.
Gets him right below the numbers, almost above the hip. Not a bad way to start the inning for the Tar Heels, is to get some momentum on the bases.
Another good play from the shortstop. They go over to third base. Runners at first and third here. Nice work by Barini. Really had no chance that deep to get it to first. Send it over to third, and Stokely in safely. Runners at first and third here in North Carolina. And looking at strike three, North Carolina will leave 2 out there in the 7th. It's ECU with a 6-5 lead. That one will get through the first baseman, and a 2-out single for Hoover, his second hit of the day. Quickly sent in by Cook, and you hear the...
Well, I think to your point, once North Carolina figures out their bullpen, the expectations are still going to be high.
A rocket shot over for Horvath. It'll be Frick, Stokely, and Osuna trying to save the day in the bottom. 2-2 delivery, and that'll hit him. Yeah, that'll hit Stokely. So now runners at first and second, and the Bosch is rocking. Nobody out. He's got kind of one job to do to get these runners over to second and third. He is showing bunt the entire time. 0-1. He's got to get this one down, and that is brutal.
On paper, it looked good. Moving the runners over with the speed, a single would have won it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Hit pretty deep, but not deep enough. High in the air, runner's gonna tag. And advancing over to third base is the pinch runner, Holbrook. And so he is 90 away from tying it, but there's 2 outs here. Alvarez hits sharply over to the third baseman, and that will do it. ECU with back-to-back wins by the same score line. Your final score, ECU 6, North Carolina 5.